So anyway, hi, hey, hello, hoes and tricks. Today, I am going to be showing you how I restart my island without actually restarting my island. So the first thing that I like to do if you are looking to visually kind of restart your island is clear out my storage, because you're about to pack everything up and jam it in this house. So what I like to do is just go through everything and be like, maybe I don't need so many diner counter chairs because this doesn't necessarily fit with the theme of my current island.
I love refrigerators.
I also like to go through any of the clothes that, just frankly, when am I gonna wear this? Actually, I look amazing. So anyway, after you've made a million trips back and forth between your house and Nook's Cranny,
you could stop at 5 or 6 stores, or just one.
It is now time to start collecting furniture. So I like to go around and just fit all the furniture you possibly can and put it back into your storage. And so because it's really easy to run out of room, I like to start by picking up furniture in areas that I know that I'm going to start working on. So this, we're just gonna leave here for right now. This is going nowhere because it's going to be a little bit before I actually start working on my residential area. And I've talked about this before. Raymond, what you doing back there, friend? Whereas areas directly around the resident services area, I definitely did go around and try to pick everything up. Like my old entrance, first to go. But once you have jammed as many things as you possibly can into your storage and are just at a point where you've run out of room, honestly, this is when we start collecting nature. So as you can see, my extra self has gone ahead and collected just about all of my flowers and organized them by color so that when the time does come that I need some flowers and I started working on certain areas, I know what's available. For you, if it's not worth it to organize everything by color, don't do it. But for me, this just makes it easier because I know if I'm working with a fall palette, I'm gonna wanna pull a little bit more from the whites, yellows, oranges, and red tones, where some of these brighter or even pastel-y colors that I used in a previous island, I might not need as many of, even though I still love you because you're so cute. But if you are going to be moving your flowers, I do recommend putting these in an area that you're probably going to terraform or work on last. Similarly with your trees, I like to go ahead and kind of get all the trees out of the way, moving any special trees like the bamboo or any fruit trees to a specific area so that I can pull from them when I need. My last island primarily consisted of palm trees, which I have just gone ahead and cut down because we're making a fall island, and apparently there's no place for that here.
Leaves, leggings, and lattes.
So in previous videos when I've talked about planning out your island, I do recommend coming up with a loose plan of where you want things. At bare minimum, would really recommend figuring out loosely your levels. And what I mean by levels is, this is 1 level. This is 2 level, and this is 3 level. But the reason that I recommend figuring this out, even if it is just mentally or writing this down on a piece of paper, is this will save you a lot of time actually destroying things. So this, I did go ahead and remove all of the terraforming for and make this just entirely a green pasture before I started building. Similarly over here, I knew that all this was going to be on this first level, and while I'm not entirely sure of what I'm going to put here yet, you can see I have removed all of the trees that were previously here, all of the furniture, and all of the custom paths. But for areas such as these up here, I am not entirely sure yet if this is going to still be this 3rd level or if I'm going to destroy this incline or not. So if you find it helpful to clear every single thing and get rid of every little piece and make your entire island just grass, do it. I pray for your wrists. But I don't want carpal tunnel, so instead of going through and removing all of these paths, especially these that look like a murder zone, I'm just gonna leave these here and just apologize to my villagers, because who knows, if I decide that I actually just want to get rid of this and make it all flat, to me, getting rid of everything just by terraforming it would be a lot easier than individually getting rid of all of these paths just to take it down anyways. But the final thing that I like to do before I begin building is go to the old able sisters themselves and get yourselves some new custom paths. So feel free to do custom paths however you want, man. There's literally no rules. I don't even know who you are. Follow your heart. But personally, how I like to do mine, once I know what my theme is, I go ahead and decide what is going to be my primary road. This does not mean that all of your roads have to be like this, but I would pick one that does connect the majority of your island. So for my tropical theme one, I did go with the terracotta tiles. When I first got Animal Crossing, I was particularly drawn to this brick. And whenever I'm using one of these, how I like to use my custom paths is I like to use around 2 rows. That is what I devote to those roads. So that might be those little edges that I think are adorable and add a lot of character to your roads. Or it may be the entire road itself is you are only using a custom path. I will have all of the ones that I have downloaded below, so if you like any of these, you can find them there. Thank you to all the creators that made them. But again, for me, this roughly takes up about 10 spots. Next, I like to take up, give or take again, about 5 spaces for your secondary roads. These bricks that I have here, for the next, again, roughly 5 spaces, I like to devote these to little tiny baby fillers. So for me, again, I'm going with an autumn theme, so I have a lot of fall toned flowers and like mushrooms and things going here. As for the next row, I like to devote this, again, this can be give or take, but I personally like to devote this to any kind of rugs that you're going to be using, any blankets, maybe some stall patterns, or any simple panels that you might use. So this could be these little starlights. I think these are cute. I'm gonna work them in somehow. But you might find this space more worthwhile for another stall pattern, or maybe another pillow or rug pattern. And now coming down to this second half, this is where things get a little bit more adjustable, I think, to your theme. So even before starting my island, I knew that I was gonna want a couple more like woodsy fillers. So you can see I have some of these little stumps here, some mushrooms, and these are more things that I would probably put on a beach. So I have some boardwalks, some stones, again, beach-like areas, or even just little mini segmented areas that I might wanna have you be able to wander off and go visit. Ho ho. But usually I pick about 2 or 3 rows of these before starting my island, but I like to save these last 2 at least, if not 3 rows, depending on where you're at. I like to save these last 2 for things that you might later find out that you need. Because as you start building, I guarantee you're gonna realize that you want something, and if you've already devoted all of your space before you get started, you're gonna be annoyed with yourself. So save yourself at least 2, if not 3 rows, and now it is time to start the building. So I did go ahead and move the campsite over here and start working on this entire area. So again, I'm missing a couple things for this area. I have a couple ideas of things that I want to add in here, but it's still an area that I was able to kind of block off and get started and get quite a bit done. So just remember, as you're building things, I don't think that you necessarily have to get them finished, as much as for me, it's helpful to just know roughly this amount of space will one day be finished. But this is a great time, again, like I've said in previous videos, to refer to your list of things that you know you're going to want to build and just kind of start piecing things together. So I will have more videos coming on showing you how I'm doing that myself. I'll also have more videos on terraforming and of course speed builds, but a new exciting addition. I am going to be doing some tours, so if you're interested in sending me your dream address, feel free to do so by messaging me on Instagram or by publicly adding it to this post here. I will be checking those out soon, so thank you all so much for everyone who has already given me their address. I'm very excited to see everything. Also, thank you to everyone who has made it to the end of this video. Look at Fang and Marina just ignoring me. I appreciate all of you and all of your wonderful comments and your support, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.